You know what I mean? I was arguing with my white homies and it was like, well, why do we have to be responsible for what our people did back in the day? I said, you're not responsible, but you have a heavy duty to prove to me that you ain't like that.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just ain't real. Real life, street stars. You know what time it is.
Do you think with everybody starting to wake up in the music industry that the labels are going to die out? Do you feel like it feels like more independent artists are having success? Big X
Yes.
Plug.
Yes.
You could just name a whole bunch of independent artists now.
Yes. I don't think the labels are gonna die out because there's always gonna be a nigga that's not Big X.
Right.
There's always gonna be a nigga that's gonna do anything for money.
Right.
They know that. They're sitting back laughing because we're on camera saying that they're gonna die out. There's a white man at the end of this shit winning in all of this shit. I promise you. There's a white nigga somewhere that's getting paid for the ads. That's like when we get paid for streams.
Yeah.
They have the money to pay us because there's companies that's paying them.
Right.
You think they give a fuck?
Right.
They're finding another way to get it, making us think that they're dying down because they didn't sign Big X the Plug. No, we went out through another back door to the end of this door that pays him, and we're getting the higher percentage. It's no different than when Dame Dash was saying that all of the slave owners from back in the day are now the wardens and became sheriffs and became the lawmakers and became the judges. Oh, the KKK don't exist no more. Yes, the fuck they do,
they
nigga.
do.
He a judge.
Facts.
Fuck is you talking about, nigga? You know what I mean? I was arguing with my white homies and it was like, well, why do we have to be responsible for what our people did back in the day? I said, you're not responsible, but you have a heavy duty to prove to me that you ain't like that.
Right.
And I better see that shit on a daily basis, nigga. I'm telling my white homie this shit. He's like, why? I said, when was the civil rights movement? What year was it? What decade was it? You tell me.
Like 1860, right?
All right, so my mom was born 1959, nigga. She's
Right.
still alive.
Right. Oh.
So where are them fucking crackers that wasn't fighting for us? They still here.
Right.
So don't tell me you don't gotta speak the fuck up, nigga, because my pops is older than my mom's. He's still here.
That's what's
You telling me ain't a white motherfucker out walking around this motherfucker that was with this shit and not saying nothing?
Right.
Going about their motherfucking day? Nah, nigga, speak up when some shit happen, nigga.
Right.
I tell my white homie, nigga, when that Sandra Bland shit happened, get your ass on camera, nigga, and I ain't have to force him.
Right.
But he was with it. I'm like, but don't be afraid here, bro, speak. Cause you don't get to hide on that shit on my platform, nigga, you gonna talk. Because you have a duty behind it. You know what I mean? Like Dr. Umar was telling him, like, Dr. Umar told my white homie, you're racist even by not trying to. And O didn't like it.
Yeah, he was going in.
But I understood because Dr. Umar told him, whether or not you want to accept it, you gain from white privilege.
Period. Point blank.
From the racist that was going on in the system that was here before you, that you benefit from.
Right.
So even if you're not racist, you benefit from racism.
Right.
And there's nothing you can do about it. And I say this to my white homies, they gotta understand that. And so that's the shit that's going on, bro. You know what I mean?
Isn't out, right? This is a new album.
No,
you talking about?
it's coming out technically this Friday.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. So tell them, just give them a glimpse of like what the name of the album is and what to expect on that album.
Yeah, the album is called, it's my, a lot of people know I do hip hop and R&B.
Right.
It's R&B. It's called My Next X. You know what I mean? And I pretty much break down the meaning of that, the entire album. As soon as you ever watch a film where like the opening scene is insane, like you almost like you watching Batman: A Dark Knight.
Yeah.
As soon as it come on, shit crazy.
Get crazy right out the gate.
The album goes there.
So you kind of start with the what they call it. You start high and then take them through their
Off
journey.
the rip, like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Coming in swinging.
Yeah.
You know
My
what I mean?
Next X is a crazy title, nigga. So that's like projecting negativity.
Well, facts. But unfortunately, it's what I believe the times is now. I feel like old school back in the day, they really had goals of marriage, regardless of how rough and hard it was, right? Pause. You know what I mean? They had goals of marriage. I feel like the early 2000s to the 2010, in the late 90s, it became like, that's wifey. That's my old lady.
Right.
That was like the niggas' goals. Like, not saying niggas didn't get married, but it was like, that's my old lady. You know what I'm saying? That's my queen, that's my wifey. Now it's like, bro, everybody that's dating, they seem like they not together if I check their page back in about 90 days. It's
right.
like,
It seems
no matter who you get with nowadays, I feel like at some point that's gonna be your next ex. Y'all just doing it right now because y'all feeling each other, y'all trying it out, it ain't gonna work out. There's too much going on. There's too many options. There's too much rapidly dating, too much serial dating. Too many people just got access to you. You You know what I'm saying? Too much insecurity, too many people talking about they got anxiety and mental health. It's just not working. And I feel like I'll break down everything about why whoever you're dating now is your next ex.
Do you think you might have a skewed perspective on that? I'm gonna tell you why, right? You like 6'3", dark-skinned nigga, can rap, can sing. Like you kind of like, or a little bit of an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? So I would imagine that you probably had a time, and you might be like, you know how it is, like when you're not getting a lot of something, you might aspire to get it. But if you had all of them, you can see through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you come in this with a jaded perspective a little bit?
You know, great question. Yes and no. I do a lot of speaking from my perspective, but I do a lot of like jumping into the eyes of the average consumer, right? That's the first thing I say in a lot of my business meetings. Fuck, like I bring your ideas to the table, bring teamwork to the table, but right after that conversation over, what is the average consumer thinking? How much are we talking to the regular people of America, right? The people outside in the streets, the people, like when you in the sections, like I'm looking at the dance floor, I'm looking at the people that's waiting at the bar. I want to talk to those people. And to me, that's where I get a lot of my information from.
That's hard though, because I would feel like somebody like you who's been in the game, who's been around success, it would be hard to actually get some of that average man thinking. So like for you to get that humble feeling, where do you go? Where do you get the inspiration?
I'm talking to my homies.
Got you.
My homies that's just regular niggas that's going to their job, doing construction, living home with their shorty, and I'm talking to them.
Got you.
I'm talking like even like some of the shorties I'm talking to, I'm listening to them about their last relationship that was regular and how quick that was and the bullshit that they went through. That's where I'm getting my information from the average people of the streets, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't lose like that. I'm getting all that information.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move it. Hey.